AFTV. We're live outside Wembley. All right, calm down. He's throwing a fit because he's just seen the team. The team is out. Let me run through the two teams for the game. Arsenal starting 11. Bert Leno, Socrates, Mustafi, Koscielny, Monreal. I think that looks like Mustafi's going to play at right back. Guendouzi, Xhaka, no Torreira. Ramsey in for Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Iwobi and Lacazette. That is the team. The bench, obviously Ozil, Aubameyang, Torreira, all on the bench. What do you think of that?
Torreira, man.
Torreira, I'm surprised that...
You've got some questions to answer for that. If it goes wrong today, then you're going to have to answer questions as to why you made that change. The best two in that middle are Torreira and Xhaka.
Is it an energy thing? Is it, that Torreira at the moment, he probably thinks that he can't play 2 full 90-minute games in a row because...
But if that was the preparation, then why did he play him the other night then? Why not rest him in that one and have him for tonight? Because Torreira is better than Guendouzi in that role. So if you're talking about rotation and players that are going to play in certain, why not against Bournemouth at home against a team with one of the worst away records in the Premier League? Why not say, all right, you know what, I'm going to bring you out tonight, maybe give you 20 minutes or so, and then you're ready for the one on Saturday, which is the big one.
Let me run through Tottenham's starting lineup.
Fuck Tottenham's lineup.
Well, we are playing them and we are going to be up against them, right? So, Lloris, Trippier, Alderweireld, Sanchez and Vertonghen's back. I think there was a worry that he was going to be out. Danny Rose, Wanyama, so they're going for power in that midfield, right? Wanyama, Sissoko and Eriksson, and then they've got Son and Kane up front. So they've switched up their midfield. I was talking about, possibly, because I was talking about the fact that last year they had Dembele who bossed up the midfield. And we could get into that midfield, but they've gone with Wanyama coming into that midfield. So obviously they're trying to strengthen it up again. Probably worried about Torreira being in there, but Torreira's not there. So a lot of surprises there. The two surprises in Arsenal's team, as I said, is the fact that we've gone with Guendouzi instead of Torreira, and we've gone with Ramsey instead of Ozil. Well, I didn't ask you about that. Ramsey instead of Ozil.
I can see why he's done it, because Ramsey's normally turns up in these games, and he's got the pedigree for it.
Yeah.
And it'd be a nice send-off if he can get the winning goal in his last ever North London derby.
I think as well.
So I'm not too overly. Yeah, I was like Ozil.
I think it's that pressing. I think it's that pressing hard work.
But what did I say to you the other day in the podcast? That I'll go with what Emery decides in terms of Ramsey or Ozil.
So what are you moaning about the Guendouzi thing?
Because you can moan about it, but what I'm saying is that if it goes wrong, you've got questions to answer. Because if it does go wrong, if we do get bossed in midfield, for example, and Wanyama has an unbelievable game, everyone's going to go, well, why weren't Torreira in there to combat that?
Yeah. The other player that's absent from that lineup as well that we haven't mentioned is Kolasinac, who's been playing really, really well recently. Yeah. We know about his defensive frailties, but going forward, he's exceptional.
Maybe that's why he's been watching the podcast and listening to you too much and saying that he wants to have the person who looks better defensively. But I just think that Iwobi and Kolasinac offer so much more on that left-hand side. I think Iwobi plays better with Kolasinac there than Monreal there. Do you know what I mean? So maybe his omittance might actually have an effect on Iwobi. He might not play as good as he has been.
The one good thing about the team, I think you can say, is that there's a lot of firepower on the bench if needed.
Yeah.
Let's go through the benches. Check on the bench. Maitland-Niles is back from injury. Kolasinac, Torreira, Suarez, Ozil and Aubameyang. So there is a bit of firepower on that bench. Yeah. There is a bit of players that could
I do one or two things about. I can understand why he doesn't. He's not comfortable with the Kolasinac thing. You understand? But we're away from home. Kolasinac is not really good defensively.
No, we said that.
Attacking wise, yeah. So you can see why Monreal is there.
Why is Guendouzi there instead of Torreira?
Well, I mean, the guy had a brilliant game last game, you know. I mean, I would have preferred Torreira, but it's really difficult when you turn up like that to drop a player. I'm not happy he dropped Ozil.
Who had a brilliant game last game?
I don't think Guendouzi.
No, he had that mistake, didn't he?
Just that one mistake, but after that, he was solid.
But the best two is Xhaka and Torreira.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying to Robbie, if Torreira hasn't got it, you know, within his legs still to play 90 minutes today, then he should have rested against Bournemouth, and then he should have played today. And my only concern is that I feel Welby plays better with Kolasinac behind him because of the way that they...
But if you look at the manager's statement, he said last time, when I asked Kolasinac and Monreal who they prefer to play with on the left, they said he will be. That means he kind of raised two of them apart.
But then ask Welby who he would rather play in front of.
But then, like you're saying, if you've got two players coming forward, you're away from home. We know. As I said, coming up here, I said I'm worried about the flanks.
Yeah, the flanks.
Because you know they've got Son there, who's a very, very good player out wide, and he will, you know, obviously Harry Kane. But you know, guys that can operate out wide and cause lots of problems, right? So I think that's why.
In the next couple of hours, whether it's a masterstroke or a silly decision.
Well, this is why the manager is the manager, isn't it? You know what I mean? And this is why, and this is also why you have a squad. You know what I mean? You can't play them all.
But this also shows that he's not planning to play them on the counter. Because, like I said, I believe that when you have Aubameyang, you want to play on the counter. You want to soak up the pressure.
I'm wondering if it's the same diamond shape that he played in the first game against when we played them the first time, if he's going to go with that sort of diamond formation.
Yeah, so I think something similar, but the only risk with this formation is that when you look at what happened at Liverpool, you understand, you're kind of scared.
Yeah. It's going to be a high press.
Yeah, it's going to be a high press.
It's going to be a high press. It's definitely going to be a high press with this formation.
I think he might be